What's up, everyone, and welcome to Ghost Bros Gaming. Today we've got a market watch for you. Today we're going to be talking about a few cards from upcoming sets that are going to get support and some things that we feel like are going to go up in value just because they're going to rotate back into the format. So, without further ado, let's get into it.
Ghost Bros Gaming.
All right, so first up on our list is Accel Synchro Stardust Dragon. This is a new card, a synchro card that comes out in Maze of Memories, and there's a lot of really cool interactions with this card, so there's some synchros you may want to pick up ahead of time. Basically, what this card does, you can special summon a level 2 or lower tuner from your graveyard, and then during the main phase, so could be your opponent's turn, quick effect, you contribute this card, special summon one Stardust Dragon from your extra deck. That's treated as a synchro summon, and then immediately after the effect resolves, you can synchro summon using monsters you control as material. And then for the rest of this turn, monsters synchro summoned by this effect are unaffected by your opponent's card effect. So there's a lot going on this card, but a few of the cards we want to highlight that have really good interaction with it. Obviously, the first one is Stardust Dragon, of course. This card lets you cheat out a Stardust Dragon for free. And so I would say there's a lot of printings of Stardust Dragon. So if you are just looking to get the card to play, it will probably remain pretty cheap because there's rares, super rares of Stardust Dragon that will be available. However, if you're looking to play a high rarity version of Stardust Dragon, I think the clock is ticking. Like, this card will be sought after. The Accel Synchro Stardust Dragon is pretty cracked. So I think, you have your pick between the CR, the Ultra, the Ghost, the Starlight. There's plenty of them. I went ahead and picked up a copy of the Advent Calendar Secret Rare. I thought that one was kind of cool in the German. But yeah, there's plenty of options here. I would say if you want to get a high rarity version, though, I would probably prioritize picking that up sooner rather than later. All right, and so then you've got your Accel Synchro Stardust Dragon on the field, and you need something to go into off of his quick sync effect. A really good option that's super cheap right now is my guy Satellite Warrior. So Satellite Warrior, when he's summoned, you can target cards your opponent controls up to the number of synchro monsters in your graveyard and destroy them. Now, card destruction we know isn't like the best in this meta, but quick sync into a probably like 2 to 4 card destruction, plus he's unaffected and he gains attack, so he's going to be super beefy. Like, this card has a ton of interactions, and on top of that, when he's destroyed, you can actually special summon Stardust or Warrior monsters out of the grave. So you could pop him with like a Vsauce Starfrost and summon your Stardust back, summon him back, summon your Accel Synchro back. So there's a lot of interactions with this card, and right now it's like 50 cents. So I picked up 6 copies of that because I'm a degen and I like to speculate, but I would say definitely at least pick up 1 copy of this card because the Ultras are 50 cents.
Yeah, and I think that you're going to be seeing this run in Mana Dome. I just learned about this. I'm going to make probably another Mana Dome combo video, but this is a really good option to go off into, especially since it's unaffected due to the Accel Synchron's effect. All right, so I think next up we have Diviner of the Herald. This card is just like, it's only got 2 printings, and it's such a good card. It's a good staple. Now, it might get reprinted before Cyberstorm Access comes out, but this deck fits really well with the Mana Domes. The Mana Domes only have 6 main deck cards, or I guess 2 main deck, but you can run 6 of them, of the level 2s that, when they're destroyed, get to special summon out another copy. And so having another way to search those is really nice, and ideally you'd like that level 2 on the field to destroy it with Riem's Heart's effect. And so what Diviner allows you to do is you can normal Diviner, send Tiras Hyarka, and then use Tiras' effect in the graveyard to tribute Diviner and special summon out a level 2 fairy from your deck. So it's really good support in the Mana Dome deck. And the fact is that this card has kind of like been going down. So I'd definitely pick up a copy or 2 or 3 if you're looking for Diviners. So
yeah, best card, like one of the best normal summons in the game. Like, it just works well with so many decks, and yeah, it's probably not going to be much cheaper than this.
It's really good. And then next up we have Cherubini. This card has limited printings. It is, it's only got the secret and an ultra rare, and it's a card that we've seen in the OCG be played with the new tiers, right? So tier got a lot of hits, and in order to make Rulkalkos, they have to use King of the Swamp. With Cherubini, if you're able to make 2 level 7s or get 2 level 7s on board, which since they play the Kashtiras, they can turn that into a Rulkalkos. And the way they do that is they have the 2 level 7s, XYZ into Dracosac, who special summons the 2 level 3 tokens. You use the tokens to link into Cherubini. Cherubini effect to send King of the Swamp from your deck to the graveyard, and then you link the Dracosac and the Cherubini off into Sprend and send Merly to the grave so that you can then fuse and shuffle back in Merly and King of the Swamp for Tearlament Rulkalkos. So it's a really good play in tier post ban list, and I could even see it being played as an option in tier without the ban list potentially. I mean, like just being able to make a Rulkalkos for almost free without even needing to get your what's it called, Kit Kalos on board is pretty good. So it's just a good pickup. The other 2 cards that we wanted to highlight were some staples. So first up is Nibiru. So Nibiru has not been played. I mean, consistent with both of these staples, right, is that they're not being played in this current format, and that if you were looking for high rarity printings of these cards, they're at their lowest, right? You look at Ulti-Rare Nibiru, it was a almost $200 card back in January, and now due to various reprints and it falling out of the format because of a lot of decks being able to put a negate on board before their 5th summon, it's down to like 134, I think even like 120s. Yeah, it's down to like 120s. So if you're looking to pick up a playset of Ulti Nibirus, would definitely do that. Same thing with Droll and Lockbird. If you're looking for the higher rarity stuff, once again, it's had its lowest it's been in a long time, I feel like. I guess it maybe was, maybe lower back in January, but you can see, when it comes into the format, it spikes. It's huge. And so either pick up your Ultimate Rare copies or go ahead and grab your common copies, right? Even the commons were pretty expensive, I believe, when they were being played. And so you should just go ahead and grab these while you can for $1. All right, so that is it for today's Market Watch for Ghost Bros Gaming. Remember, if you like our content, just go ahead and like and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. And I guess we'll see you next time on Ghost Bros
Peace,
Gaming.
love, Ghost Bros.